No. I fucking hit the camera.
We about to react to Cinema Wins. If you know what Cinema Sins is, you should know because it's a huge fucking channel.
I thought that was my pizza. You're right.
So some dude that wanted positivity on YouTube created like a alter ego account, and they count everything good with movies, or good in movies. So Batman v Superman, you can peep our review, put in the annotation or something. We shitted on that movie, and it deserves that.
Diarrhea.
So while we eat, we're gonna see if this dude is corny or he's actually coming up with some valid points.
First of all, it's just long as fuck.
Is he corny or carrots, huh?
That's why we got the food.
Not that much winning Batman vs Superman. Right?
They already fucked.
So yeah, let's see.
Yes.
I'm waiting for this.
Not just finding the good shit.
Comedian never knows when to quit. But at least Negan isn't killing Maggie in this scene. If there's one thing Zack Snyder has proven he's good at, it's slow motion pistol firing. And he even ups the ante this time with the hammer and slide scattering the iconic pearls. No big surprise, the Zimmer score is ridiculously fantastic. Not even talking about each main character's theme yet. The in-between
really?
parts are
Except for Wonder Woman.
The music is something that sets the DCEU apart and elevates it above the rest. We've seen it countless times by now, but Snyder still injects some new poetic life to the death of the Waynes. You may think that scene title card is pretentious, but this is a great example of how serious Zack Snyder takes this world. Man of Steel was told through the perspective of Kal-El. A lot of this story, and definitely this opening sequence, is seen through our eyes. And this, everyone running away while Bruce Wayne runs into the unknown, towards the battle. That's some cinematic gold right there. Saving the innocent. This opening sequence is one of the best story setups ever and just plain great. We saw this battle from the other side.
But I will
that
say I
insider
like that
feeling,
shit.
But
I
it's
like
still
how they
portrayed
did
as
the
chaotic
reverse
and confusing. How many aliens are there? Who's fighting whom? It's exactly how terrifying this would be for us tiny little humans. And there could be no better reason for Bruce to start hating Superman than this pan out from a young girl losing her parents paralleling Bruce's own past. Yes? Yes.
You didn't adopt a bitch, he rich.
And now coming back to Zimmer's Man of Steel score, tying the two films together with more ethereal underwater weightlessness.
They did not tell me the interview was with the lady.
I'm no lady, I'm a journalist.
Zing! I'm never a huge fan of straight-up evil henchmen, but KG Beast is a pretty intimidating dude.
He was good.
He was decent.
Trust falls Superman.
He smiles.
Rorschach must have got lost on his way home. Batman Begins was great, but jumping right into the third act of Batman's journey is really refreshing. We're introduced to Batfleck with his new brand and almost horror movie-style stalking in the corner, and then his wicked, creepy scurry across the ceiling. Exactly how you should feel about the Dark Knight. Water conservation through bath sharing. So, the new Batcave and Battech are pretty slick.
Funnel Fairy Butter Bar, Funnel Fairy Butter Bar.
Funnel Fairy Butter Bar, Funnel Fairy Butter Bar, Funnel Fairy Butter Bar.
We're criminals, Alfred. We've always been criminals. Nothing's changed.
Alfred didn't do
Bat
shit.
justification. But that's set up enough for me to forgive all the killing. Even Alfred says that Bruce is changing / has changed.
How the fuck are we at 31?
One fairly large
shit.
point of contention
One
is
of
Mark
these is a
Zuckerberg
fucking
himself.
win.
Personally, I think his over-the-top,
Is it 30
slightly
already?
mentally unglued personality is a breath of fresh air compared to what everyone would expect from Lex.
Fuck,
And Rocky
man.
is
Fuck
radioactive.
no.
He's almost a
Fuck
statement
Lex,
against the
man.
stubbornness of the other characters, stomping around like he owns the place. Since he pretty much does, considering the vast number of things he orchestrates to get a god and the world's best detective to battle it out.
Nah, I didn't.
And Lex's theme is another perfect fit for the power-hungry, fearless,
first 10
cherry-jolly
seconds of
thing
that
that he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking lunch money.
Well, apparently Perry hasn't seen this.
Oh, that wasn't a win?
not
Oh,
a
I should have been a win.
I'm a reporter.
Amazing the things you might think people wouldn't care about. But spending some time with Clark Kent journalisting it up gives us some Clark time and adds to his growing concern over the Gotham Bat. Tiny detail, but I love this little glimpse into the strategist that Batman is. Just by observing, he notices a weakness in an opponent that completely turns the tide of the fight.
Magical thinking of orphan
Wait.
I'm blocking
Yeah,
the
it's
import
cheating.
license for your mineral.
Credit where credit is due. Luthor's quirky, upbeat facade cracks and twitches to that news, and Eisenberg plays it exceptionally well. Few things here. How fitting is it that the world engine is the sound that haunts Bruce Wayne's dreams? Next, my interpretation of what emerges from Martha's crypt is the manifestation of Alfred's warnings and Bruce's subconscious fear of the Bat taking over control.
Yeah, I do like
or
that part.
just Man-Bat?
And for that, he was given a thunderbolt. True!
And I personally wholeheartedly believe this to be pretense. He has clear social anxiety, and he uses the semblance of extroversion as a cover for how sinister he actually is. Also, for those confused by his motivations, he spells them out right here.
The
That scene
bittersweet
was
pain
so
in
whack.
men is having knowledge with no power, because that is paradoxical, and,
Supermaning.
No! He saved one person.
And another beautiful scene scored
There's like
so
a million
subtly
other
elegant.
people on Earth dying
The
right now.
Superman saving people montage is the fastest way to fail to make up for his supposed negligence in Man of Steel. Wait, let me try that again. A Superman saving people montage is the fastest way to somehow still piss off the fanboys. Jim, who wrote this? Neil deGrasse Tyson is always a win.
Oh, good God.
Nicholas, Kansas.
You let him die in a tornado. Jim, seriously, who's been messing with my script? Shameless, Snyder. Shameless. But I love Watchmen. Also, both these articles are about exactly what they say they're about. Are filmmakers starting to listen to Jeremy and Chris? Because I have some great videos for you that all start with Dear Hollywood if you're interested. I just have to point out how much of what is going on right now is being orchestrated by Luthor to pit our heroes against each other. Passing off one inmate about to be murdered as directed by Luthor pissing Soups off, to another inmate Wally who becomes the unwilling suicide bomber pissing Batman off.
I can't even piss. Standing up.
Now,
I mean,
Wally,
you can't even
this is
stand
important.
up.
I'm going to say this exactly like it says in the script I wrote for you. But I'm really not so sure I can say piss to a senator. Trust
Sucks
me,
every time
it's a
pisses
joke.
pisses
She'll get it.
himself.
Bruce the Creeper.
I don't want you to look like you.
I like that. It's actually a fair assumption given Selena Kyle, Pamela Isley, Miranda Tate, Harley Quinn, but she is right.
Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
I wouldn't be creeping on her though.
Another premonition, vision, dream, nightmare signaled by the world engine sound.
Fallout Batman.
Does Batman get any cooler than in this trench coat? Another amazing long take single cut from Snyder, showcasing just how solid and nearly unbreakable this Batman is. Batfleck and possibly
No,
Stunt Double
it
earned
doesn't.
his spot in this
Watch
universe
the
with this
scene.
one
These
sentence.
dudes don't
The
shoot
nightmare
shit.
sequence works on multiple
They look
levels.
at him for like
the
10
casual
seconds.
moviegoer, it's Bruce's
Waiting.
worst fears
Yeah.
realized and a manifestation of what
That's
he
why I
believes
fast
about
forwarded
Superman.
because it looks
Scary stuff.
funny.
For the comic fan or the casual moviegoer willing to do a little research, it's the Flash warning Batman about the potential/alternate injustice future where Superman becomes a tyrant ruler. Whether it's just a nod to hardcore fans with
You
Darkseid
see how
Omega
long it
symbol
took
and
him
parademons,
to
or a setup for the
fucking
Justice
explain
League
that so
villain, I'm
nobody-
stoked. And a little bit of evidence that it wasn't just a bad dream, or the paper still floating through the air.
To destroy. No.
This little knowing conversation and look between friends gives us such a sense of their history. Bravo to both actors.
How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?
Again, I'm not trying to be crass, but since this film has been called confusing, I feel the need to point out these spoon-fed thematic lines. These are the questions this film asks. And while it's the main thing driving Batman to confrontation with Superman, Bruce is going to answer it about himself very soon. Yep. New Batmobile
No.
is dope. And this chase scene is one of the best involving Batman.
No, that
Crushing
scene was
some manslaughter,
whack.
SUV shredding, or whatever you want to call this awesomeness aside. And then this happens.
That was
That
that was funny.
build towards this first confrontation.
But this first confrontation was whack.
I don't even know. What more can you ask for?
Do you plead? Your will.
Superman
He
would have
said
heard that
he
and
was
came
gone,
back and
yeah.
beat his fucking ass.
What, bitch?
Yeah,
What?
killed by it. No matter what Clark does, he feels lost, alone,
Superman
like no
would
decision he
have
makes is
shit.
ever without
No,
guidance.
no, no. He
And the
was
look on
feeling
his
sorry
face
that they
while
were going
surrounded
to
by what
blame
we can only
him.
assume is pure horror
Yeah.
says it all.
He didn't give a fuck
Pure
about
Guys
those
is
people
just the
dying.
man. He doesn't replace past Alfreds, but he's able to carry a scene all by himself exquisitely. Right out of Arkham City. You silly, silly studio. Batfleck's workout routine. And of course, a Batfleck training battle prep montage is the fastest way to kill Superman.
There's no reason for him to even work out.
Isn't that right?
I like that
Sure,
scene.
but for me, Wonder Woman's takes the freaking cake.
The desecration of
Score?
me.
Yeah.
Some defense of
No,
Luthor's
that's
ability
me.
to create Doomsday. Remember this?
100,000 different worlds. Teach me.
That's good enough for me. With Carla Cugino as a teacher, how could it go wrong?
The whole life form wash away.
Not
Scene was
Lana!
whack.
Another scene we were a bit confused by, but it's just a visual representation of Clark's struggle. Should he even bother Supermaning, knowing there will always be consequences and collateral damage?
Yes.
That's some classic Superman for you right there. Always there to comfort Lois Lane, even when he's saving her life.
God is all powerful. He cannot be all good.
Lex lays it out for us again. And this wasn't a secret kept for the Ultimate Edition. Lex hates God for myriad reasons. most of which seems to come from the abuse he endured at his father's hands that he feels God did not protect him from. Now that he has a physical embodiment of God in Superman, he can finally have his revenge. All these Justice League cameos are great, but Miles Dyson
No, they
investing in
weren't.
Cyborg? Did you learn nothing from T2?
That was the worst one.
Here I am.
When the first trailer dropped, I actually shared it on Facebook with the one complaint that they hadn't seemed to have learned their lesson after the backlash from Bale's Bat voice. I stand so corrected. The voice modulator is awesome, the Bat mech suit is awesome, Batfleck is awesome.
So dumb.
That first little touch, like flicking a fly, love it. People complain that Soup should have tried harder to explain. Really? You wouldn't be a little annoyed? And
Yeah,
his
I'd be a
plan,
little
even
annoyed,
after
I still
all
wouldn't
this,
do
was
that
still to
shit.
subdue Bruce into listening. As much as I can't wait for them to be buddies, it's fun to see Bats kick a little butt. Yep.
That shit was funny.
So good.
You're letting them kill Martha.
Here we go again. From what
You
I can
should take
gather,
off
this is
50
the moment
wins
lots of
from that.
people, especially critics, turned off their brains. This is not my usual defense of the indefensible. This is plain as day fact. If you didn't get it, please pay attention now.
Oh my fuck.
Batman does not spare Superman because their mothers share the same name. Batman has spent 18 months obsessing over killing this alien who can destroy the Earth.
You are never God. You are never human.
It isn't until Superman uses the name that the alien becomes humanized. At first, Batman
That's-
becomes even more enraged because he thinks it's another
No,
trick. Once
It's
he realizes
true, but
it's Clark's
it
mom's
doesn't.
name,
It doesn't
he starts
take
to
away from
understand
how
the
dumb
alien
the
so
scene
different.
was.
He never considered the
Like, we
alien
all
had a
realize
human
that.
mother, or let alone
And
be willing to die
the
for
fact
her.
that
Bruce couldn't save his mother. No matter how many
Just
goons
as
Batman
the
brings,
name
he was a
of-
helpless kid when she was
Yeah.
killed, just like
It's
Clark
his
is
name.
now. He'll never
if
be
he
able
would
to
have said
bring Clark
anybody
back.
else, it wouldn't have
Now
stopped
he has
him.
an opportunity for redemption. It literally has nothing to do with their mothers having the same name.
That's-
It does, because if he would have said mom, it wouldn't have done
Exactly.
shit.
Kill rage.
It wouldn't
That
have done
showed him
fucking
Superman
shit.
wasn't pure evil. With potentially his last breath, he asked his killer to save someone else. There's no argument. It's not confusing. It's not grasping at straws.
There's no
It's in the
argument?
narrative.
Okay, argue
it's the
with this
entire reason
dick
we
in
were
your
shown the murder
mouth.
of the Waynes one more time.
Fuck
This
you.
moment goes down as one of the biggest problems amongst the dissenters, when it's actually one of the most emotionally stirring and theme-appropriate scenes if you're paying attention.
Oh,
And the
fuck
reason he
that,
decided
no.
to team up with
Fuck.
Supes is because he's
He
finally
gave that
able
a
to listen to
win.
logic now that the kill rage is gone. You
I didn't know how he got to 101.
While we're on to things they got so right, the new suit that's a callback to the original black and gray is by far the best bat suit yet. How
I
the
like
cowl
that
and
suit.
mask are molded to his face in a permanent scowl, the way the suit looks battle-worn, and how it's the most comic accurate ever. And now we come to possibly the best set piece in the film. Bat gadgets, text from above like Arkham Asylum, which turns into one of the best Batman kicking butt sequences ever. The best fluid fighting style, the most powerful blows, and just brutal. Brutal.
That shit was
Brutal. And some serious beast mode.
I'm from you, sons.
I figured the cape.
Wait, did you
Saving
just
your new
give that
friend's
scene
mom.
like 9
Tuesday's
wins?
fine.
Every hit is a
At this
win.
point, I look at it as an excuse to unite all of our heroes and give Superman a way to prove how far he's willing to go.
He's giving the
Which I'm
cave
totally
troll
fine
a
with.
fucking win.
And he's sufficiently scary and powerful. Saving your enemy. Superman's alive.
No. Fuck that shit.
And my brain exploded.
No, I
Far
don't
too
like
much
that
awesome.
shit.
I was caring for
You've killed praise so by the world.
How was that a win? Her
Wonder
falling.
Woman literally doesn't not steal any scene she's in. Double negative for effect.
Oh, that part.
And her theme kills. I don't care that I already gave it a win, it kills. This is what I mean about Doomsday. Whatever. It could have been a big old bag of marshmallows. Angry marshmallows, obviously. But
Why
seeing
would
these
it
three
be a
work
big
together,
old
especially
bag of
with Wonder
marshmallows?
Woman now,
It's Doomsday.
it's so winning.
Strong as
It
fuck.
should go without saying that this final fight is epic. Everything about it is epic-tastic. And the epicity of Wonder Woman is epictacular. And not a single second of epicness let us down.
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying it anyway.
Yeah,
So,
for real.
Oh my god, this dude.
It was already bad
That
at
was
Bat's
like
luck, and
she's
then
having
he
a
just...
great-
Well, everybody. The one thing that does during the fight.
now that's some teamwork. Self-sacrifice.
Now,
Didn't have to,
Meaningful
though.
self-sacrifice.
They got-
It was
He still is
needless
willing to die for it because he
self-sacrifice.
believes that.
This is my world.
Just for the pull
And whether
out.
he's dead
Oh.
for 5 years or 5 minutes, he still gave up his life to save
He
humanity.
didn't have to.
One more
Bring up
score
the
win
shit
for the
that
beautiful
Lois and
world
dumbass
voices
and
in the
shit in
background.
there. And it gets
Perfect stage setter. No one seemed to get too upset when they showed Thanos at the end of Avengers, but this upsets everyone. Well, you don't know what we can find. Just remember, the fantasy will set you free. Also gross. The juxtaposition of the simple farm boy funeral, the military funeral, is a great final illustration of
Okay,
Clark's
no,
duality.
Got my checkbook
I'll
and paid
agree
the
with that.
funeral director.
The setup
Just
of it?
That's all taken care of.
juxtaposition
I
of
know.
those.
Not a stoner.
Must have been IHOP. Dude's creeping again.
Help me find the others like you.
Perhaps they don't want to be found.
They will, and they'll fight.
Yeah, Justice League.
Just a feeling.
Call it a premonition.
And they heard it. But in the dark.
Gave himself one time.
Just write it off like he's being controlled by Darkseid. Easy enough.
He just gave that like 3 wins. What?
As you
Yo,
I told you the counters Bro, fucked I'm up. telling you, yeah, no respect for these
And
wins.
number 2, this channel has always been about the great things that actors, directors, composers, cinematographers, and even the occasional producers do. Not the
Oh,
studio.
so he's
The
not.
studio cut this film down from Snyder's vision and left it the theatrical mess it was. This version was the film we were meant to see. At the end of the day, I feel some real
So
deep
he
sadness
didn't
for
do
a lot
one
of
for the
fans who
regular
didn't like this
version.
movie.
So he's just
Especially
giving
DC
extra
comic
wins
fans,
to a thing
because
that
the rest
not
of us
everybody
got a
saw.
sensational Batman Superman movie. Oh, and just for fun, the best Wonder Woman representation. Moreover,
I mean, yeah, but there's not much.
movie came out 10 years ago.
There's not much to compete with. What else is there?
We'd be hard pressed to enjoy a simple beat 'em up Batman v Superman movie, not even mentioning the story driven one we were given. I'm not saying
Oh my
reusing
god.
characters that have been portrayed in the past is always a risk and always upsets some people. But the characterizations were unique and apropos of this universe. It came up in Man of Steel, but Superman is alone on this planet. Lois does the best she can, but ultimately this movie shows us how solitary he feels. This film was a perfect
'Cause
continuation
he's
of
a
Man of
little
Steel and how he
bitch,
dealt
that's
with the
why.
aftermath of those events, leading to his ultimate sacrifice for his foreign world he calls home. No one will ever forget my joke about Batfleck at the end of my Man of Steel video. But none among you saw his performance coming. Obviously, he doesn't need any defending at this point. Batfleck was great. This Cape Crusader, on the other hand, gets some hate for a couple of reasons. Killing and killing with guns are the biggest issues. And while Batman does occasionally kill in the comics anyway, I think the bigger puzzle piece here is the type of Batman we're actually getting and where he is in his journey. This is a war-hardened, jaded, grizzled, Robin-less, Joker-beaten Batman. His morality and the line between criminal and hero have blurred. That's his arc. It's the whole point. He spends the first half of the movie hunting Superman and planning his murder. Not to beat the dead Martha horse, but that was his turning point. He looked into
That's
the mirror
way
and saw
different.
Joe Chill,
He's-
or whoever killed his parents in this continuity. At that
He
moment,
was killing
returns to the Batman
bitch
we know and
boys.
love, evidenced by
Superman
sparing
is a
Lex and
threat.
branding him.
These other
Lex
motherfuckers
is
aren't
quirky and
threats.
goofy and not the Lex we're used to. Again, although closer to some early comic incarnations, this was also his beginning. And if you don't understand Lex's motivations, they just couldn't have spelled it out more. He hated his father, he hates God, he believes the oldest lie in America to be,
That power can be innocent.
and most importantly, he wants that power for himself. I'm sorry that his ultimate plan wasn't about real estate this time. Fingers crossed for next time. I'm not going to go too much deeper into the story, other than to say if you went into this expecting a relatively straightforward Marvel-type plot, just
Oh,
stop
okay.
doing that.
All right.
The
First of all,
DCEU is not the MCU. The DCEU is somber, I agree. But it's not without humor.
Oh, it was funny.
I've been a little busy.
Most of which comes from Batman and
That was
Alfred.
funny.
There was
Superman had
nothing
one-liners too.
funny.
I don't
No, how
know
bad
this.
Oh,
This movie's
There
funny.
weren't multiple stories in this movie. Unless you want to call setting up the Justice League a separate story, but even that, Bruce is setting it up because he just witnessed Doomsday. So, the Superman sequel discussion of should there be a Superman and who watches the Watchmen was a direct setup for the Batman story. How far is Bruce willing to go until he realizes he's becoming the very thing he set out to stop? It's a line right out of Aaron Eckhart's version of Harvey Dent's mouth in The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Almost as good
too
as
bad this universe
Would this
isn't
have
part
been
of
too
the Dark
Exactly,
Knight.
yeah.
Sure. Doesn't mean the story was difficult to follow. If nothing else, I hope this encourages you to go watch the Ultimate Edition if you haven't already. It is worth your time. In the end, we got a lot more of Lex's plan and how intricate it was with everything he set up and how he attempts to frame Superman and pit Batman against him. I also appreciate the extra motivation for Clark throughout his investigation of the Bat. While I stand by the theatrical is still a pretty decent movie, the studio removed some of the heart and really butchered a lot of the flow by just randomly moving scenes around, like this one. Since they cut Jenna Malone's scenes, they interspersed this bathroom scene in the middle of Batman's getting ready for the party scene. Just so bizarre. They just reordered random cuts. I really hope the studio learns from this next time and just releases the original cut. Take the loss of an extra showing and realize that the millions of dollars you forfeited from those immediate negative reviews would have been far made up by the tens of thousands of people who decided not to go to this movie based on a 27% Rotten Tomato score. Or ignore us and keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, Zack Snyder is just a hack. It's not like this is the third time his vision for the movie has been the better version. Everyone totally loved Watchmen and Sucker Punch's theatrical versions. Totally. And I totally take back everything I said about my faith in Snyder and Goyer. Totally. But Batfleck, man, have you seen Reindeer Games?
He gave that same scene.
He got like 30 wins. Get the fuck out of here. Gotta be vibranium? Oh, we need to make a channel. Send him a dick in this dude's mouth.
He caught 164.
Wow.
He gave.
Most of those
He was
shits
just
were.
giving fucking wins like they're. Like,
He was
He was
giving.
giving wins for like jokes he was making.
Exactly!
Yeah,
Like,
I did good. That was nice.
for things that
Give
he's
myself a little
explaining that it doesn't explain it in the movie as well as he was explaining, he was giving himself wins for explaining it to the audience that didn't get it. I mean, we got it, but we still didn't like it. But the audience that knows nothing about DC,
If
they didn't know shit.
I feel like he can't judge any more movies with wins, because if this had so many wins for being a shitty ass movie, then every movie should at least like every
And he
movie.
did the Ultimate.
It was the Ultimate, but still.
Because he knows he couldn't even have made that shit without the Ultimate. I don't know. There was certain things that I agree with. Like, I'm not saying.
Not saying. Okay,
Check our review. We did say there was positives, but still, like.
it's not. There's not 164 of them.
No, fuck no.
I don't even.
There was probably, if you go on his video and take out all the like random shit he was giving wins for, he probably come out with like 70.
Yeah, so
No, I'm thinking like 60. He gave
Yeah,
Wonder
I'm
Woman's theme at least like 20 wins because he brought it up a bunch of times, and
Yeah,
then I just
yeah.
saw the counter going up when as he's talking.
Yeah,
Just like
that's why.
but
But
even
even at
within
30, I was like, how the fuck
Yeah,
are we
like,
at
and that was
30
within
already?
like the first minute. You're like, okay, there's only been like 2 scenes that we've seen.
And in Cinema Sins, they sometimes like take off some when there's a corny ass part. He didn't take off shit for the corny ass parts in this movie.
The pistol scene, he gave that like easily 10.
Oh yeah. Well,
for the fucking pearls.
the
What the fuck
fucking
cares about pearls?
the fucking fight scene, he gave a win for like every punch Batman got in.
Yeah.
Like that was nice how they didn't like make it like Arkham Asylum. I agree with
No,
you.
that was
That
a
was
big
dope.
win
That
in
was
the
a good
movie,
scene.
but it doesn't
That's
count
one
for
win.
like it doesn't count for like 20 wins.
That's one.
Oh man, it's a long ass thing to react to, but I mean, if that's what you guys want to just have a shit on this, we'll probably lose some more subs over this.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we don't give a
I don't like
fuck,
this
but
fucking
Doing this shit for fun, nigga.
but
Give
yeah,
a
this
fuck.
dude, that was weak. Like if you're gonna start trying to do that, like at least make it valid. But I feel like he's just trying to find positivity where there's not any. He's like finding out of thin air.
That's because he's definitely a mark.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking.
He's a fat ass mark.
He's
so he's riding the dick as hard as he can.
Yeah, he's a fanboy that hates Marvel.
Like if we were to do like wins for or sins for Civil War, I wouldn't do that shit. Like I would give I was heavy biased.
Alright. Well, we'll catch you with some more reactions. Shout out to the person that wanted us to react to this. Catch you next time with Explicit Critics.
How the fuck are you gonna tell me Havoc is introducing Scott Summers to the fucking X-Men? Oh, they're not even into it. They're not even the X-Men in this movie. It's like a first. Yeah. It's like, oh, the X-Men were dead, but we're gonna bring them back. And Mystique can catch a dick. She did not. Yo, this gay motherfucker. Oh my god! Look at the dick. Still on my plane. Yo. Yo, that was I haven't seen it. So, have you on the couch seen it? I have. Madam has.
And I liked it.
Thank you.
Why do you like it?
Because, oh my god. It's so nice. Got a nice sample, nice beat, fucking.
It's well lyrical, it's really nice. The flow just matches.
It fits his voice. And it's a really good, like, message.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what fit even better with the sample.